We've got an awesome show for you this week. Jarret Gahan is back for another episode of PE Class. He's going to talk about all the brand new movies coming out on physical media over the next month, mostly on 4K and Blu-ray. Ben is still on the other side of the world. So we've got some pre-recorded segments with him. We're going to talk about movies, about madness. Whoa! We're also going to talk about top 5 Steven Spielberg movies. Of course, Ben's going to zoom in too, just to have a bit of a yak, see where he's at. It's going to be fun. And don't forget the Boneheads. G'day everybody, hello and welcome another episode of Good Movie Monday. We are the podcast, of course, dedicated to nerdy cinematic ramblings. Presumably that's why you're here. My name is Glenn Cochran, and beside me on the screen, one side or the other, is Mr. Ben Helwig. But the question that everybody's asking, not really, you've all seen the banner, where in the world is Ben? Well, I mean, according to the spreadsheet that we have about Ben's whereabouts over the course of his European vacation, he's supposed to be in Scotland, and as the banner suggests, that's where he is. Where are you, mate?
I'm in Scotland.
Oh, you are? Okay.
No. Well, I can be. Now, thanks to the illusion of the internet.
By the time they're hearing this,
I will definitely be in Scotland by the time they're hearing this. I am heading there this morning. It is 6 a.m. Here in the UK, and my train leaves at like 3 past 11, which is coincidental because they kicked me out of this hotel at 11, and it is right next to the train station. So hopefully I make it in time. So what? Because I can't let them get away with any free time. Like, I have to stay until the exact moment they kick me out.
So what did you say? Newcastle's where you are. Why are you there?
I'm in Newcastle primarily because they shot the film Get Carter here. That's the only reason. When I checked into the hotel, they're like, "Oh, you're here to see the Harry Potter castle? Like, they shot some Harry Potter." And I was like, "I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, lady. I'm here to order a glass of bitter in a thin glass from the pub across the road."
Has it lived up to your Get Carter expectations?
It has been, like, it is certainly, like, despite the fact that a lot of the locations no longer exist, and they're not just in Newcastle, they're in the town next door. What is still here is the depressed nature of the city.
So have you been all brooding, walking around the streets?
Very working class. There was no, unfortunately, I went to the, I've been pretty much living off Wetherspoons, which is a pub chain here, famous for its affordable meals. And I was disappointed that there was no woman singing, directly, to me, and getting into a fight with other women in the bar while I was having my dinner last night. But look, I got to walk across the bridge where he kind of chases down. Is it Doreen? Not Doreen. His brother's lover. Mm-hmm. And I got to see some other bits and pieces. I actually, for the first time, I went into the bookshop. I went into the I can't remember. It's another name starting with a W, but it's the bookstore chain here in the UK. Mm-hmm. Not expecting to find a copy of Get Carter, because I've been looking for a copy of 84 Charing Cross Road in the bookshops on Charing Cross Road ever since the first time I came to the UK. And I could never find one, although this time I actually did. And I went into the shop here, and lo and behold, they had a copy of Get Carter and another Ted Lewis book, which was fantastic. So I'm very happy with Newcastle.
Oh, excellent! And what else has been on for the last week since we last spoke?
Where else did I go? I was in Liverpool, checking out I ferried across the Mersey, which was lovely.
Nice.
And sang the song to myself while everyone else just looked around in absolute disinterest.
You mean they don't have that playing over the speakers?
No, yeah, no? You would think they have it. There is a weird, like, there's an audio book thing that you can download on your phone, but how it knows, I don't know, but it just downloads. And so if you haven't prepared, it takes half the trip to download all of the things. But then it seems to know where you are and then just will play random, like, tidbits of information on your phone. And you're like, for the rest of the time, I'm just listening to Spotify, and then it would just cut out and this audio description will start in. And that would play Fairy Cross the Mercy every now and then. But they're they're not too big on Jerry and the Pacemakers. They're much bigger on the Beatles
What are the Beatles?
in Liverpool for some reason.
How was Liverpool? How'd you find it?
Liverpool was great, actually. Really good. Great city. I caught up with Gareth Gibson, the artist who did the last Monster Fest poster, which was great. So it was always great to have a kind of local show you around.
Yeah, cool.
Whereas I was also in Leeds for a night, and I went to the locations where they shot the Railway Children.
Awesome!
The Oak Field and stuff like that, which was pretty cool, / not at all cool, but enjoyable.
Ben Cool.
Yeah, it's Ben Cool. Yeah, I mean, with the white beard, I fit in with the rest of the people checking out the train. It's only old people and children.
And one guy with a GoPro on his forehead that made his head go like this.
Yeah. He got outrageously excited when the train came. Like, literally started jumping up and down. Very surprising.
That guy has his own show now. Anyway, better
throw. I mean, enthusiasm can only get you so far, I would have thought.
I think he's taking over something like what's the show that they did with the cars?
British Railway Journey.
No, the car show. Turned into Grand
Top Gear.
Yeah, Top Gear. I think he's taken over Top Gear.
Wow.
I could be mistaken.
That'd be great if he has.
He has to do it all with the GoPro on his head.
With the GoPro on his head. That'd be fantastic.
This is the point. I should direct everybody to goodmoviemonday.com as well. So go there, and from there you can link to all of our social media platforms. Give us a like, a follow, subscribe, drop us a comment, tick the bell, all that kind of stuff. Particularly give us some love on Spotify. That's where we're hosted, and there's ratings. You can give us 5 out of 5 is the preferred score, but your discretion, of course. Also buy some merch from our website, all that kind of stuff. Our sponsors, big thank you to them. I'll just run through them very quickly this week. inkfoodco.com.au, the hot sauce that cleans you out from entrance to exit. It's a pipe cleaner. They do delicious hot sauces, all different, unique, weird flavors. They're made by a chef. He knows what he's talking about. And we have a discount for you. You can get 15% off any order if you use the code GoodMovieMonday. So Good Movie Monday. Also, Eclipse Cinema in Collingwood. We're going to have some ticket giveaways for them a bit later. Their website is eclipse-cinema.com.au. And of course, a quick shout out to High Smile, because they have given us some fantastic product over the last few weeks to sample and spruik and give them a shot too. And that is about it. I should probably mention with you a movie I saw in the cinemas this week, Ben, which unfortunately didn't get.
I'm very upset about.
I know. I was heartbroken for you, but Jarret was there, which was great. It was his birthday too on the screening, so lucky he got to see it on that occasion. But Masters of the Universe. I won't go too deep into this because Jarret and I are going to have a conversation about that later on the show for his PE class. But I tell you what, this is everything and more you could possibly want it to be. And I'm going to go so far as to say one of the best cartoon to film adaptations ever made.
Wow. That's in the words of Nicolas Cage, that's high praise.
and let's just say it like the winning formula is the fact that it knows it's a hokey. It knows its origins. It knows it started off as a toy line that was supposed to be Conan, and therefore nothing is taken seriously. It knows the names of the characters are really dumb. It plays into that very well. So it's such a... Sorry?
I was going to say, do they have Fisto, or is it Fistor?
Do they?
When they lost
they? I'm not going to give any spoilers, but fucking do they? I tell you what, yes.
Because once someone at Mattel lost the copyright. Well, they changed the name of the character much like this is 20 years later, during the kind of, I think, when Marvel or Image was doing the comics, and he became Fistor.
There are so many Easter eggs and nods to things like that all the way through, and the sexual innuendos are absolutely delicious.
Do they break the fourth wall? Do they turn to the camera?
Oh, no. Well.
Well, oh, okay.
Not really.
I can't wait. Unfortunately, it doesn't. I don't think it comes out here for another couple of weeks.
Oh, bugger. Hopefully,
Um,
hopefully it's still in cinemas when you get home then. But anyway, just wanted to touch on that. Also in cinemas this week is Scary Movie 6, but I will not have seen that until the night before release, which is tomorrow or the next day, as you are hearing this. So, yeah, I'll talk about that next week.
Also, late last week on Friday, I believe, Monster Fest dropped its announcement about the next Monster Fest weekender, which is happening July 31st to August 2nd. Highway to Hell. It is 8 films, all to do with death on the road.
Amazing. Well, I mean, there's probably a better way to put that. Called the road toll. The road
trigger warning if you've lost someone in a car accident. But I think, what are we playing? We've got all with it's was it vehicular violence?
Yes.
So we've got Mad Max 2.
Yes.
From Dusk Till Dawn. Race with the Devil. The Hills Have Eyes. The 2006 the remake, which is super nasty if you haven't seen it. We've got The Wraith, The Hitcher, Christine, and Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3.
Amazing director's cut.
So it is a phenomenal lineup. So we've only announced Melbourne, Cinema Nova so far, but the interstate dates, most likely Sydney, Adelaide, Canberra, Perth, and Brisbane will be announced shortly.
Excellent. I know it can't be helped because it's not readily available, but I am very disappointed that Wheels of Terror is not on there because that is an absolute banger.
No Wheels of Terror. No. No. Funnily enough, the one I really wanted to play was Death Race 2000, but I understand that's owned by the Corman children,
right.
who are kind of difficult to get in touch with. It's the one. Funnily enough, it's the one Corman film that wasn't part of the deal when they sold the library to Shout Factory.
Yeah, gotcha.
So it's just can't get it.
I guess it's one of his prestige titles, if you would have it.
Well, yeah, and I guess maybe it's got something to do with the fact because it was remade. It's been remade,
yeah, possibly
twice.
Yeah,
once by Corman and then by the studios actually
correct.
remade it.
Yeah, correct.
If that's why, but,
who knows? But no, that's an awesome theme. Very cool, very exciting. I'm down.
Yeah.
Is Chainsaw Massacre 3 the director's cut?
Yes.
I can cut this out if you need me to.
It's whatever cut we say it is. When we get the DCP. I assume it is.
It would be. That's the popular one.
It's the one that people want to see. Yeah. That's the one we play. Note to self: check the running time.
Moving on. A Jeff Burr classic.
I can safely say now, here and now, it will be the director's cut.
Regardless, it's a Jeff Burr classic either way.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Viggo Mortensen.
Viggo, very young Viggo.
Yeah,
and there's a little girl in the family this time.
I do really enjoy number 3. It's a weird one. It's like a ugly little stepchild, but it's loved nevertheless.
And it's got like a great bit of I would say for me it's a great bit of stunt casting. No one else would say this, but it's the guy who's like and I don't know his name, but he's the kind of administrative assistant in Best of the Best.
Yep.
Who works for James Earl Jones, and he's like the kind of the computer nerd kind of guy, and he's like a hillbilly kind of gas station attendant who's crazy.
He's got a great face. He's got a great face, and
you're like, this is just like this guy's usually a nerd.
Yeah,
now this is great.
Yeah, fantastic. The other thing I wanted to touch upon before we push on with the show is something TV related that you might be excited to hear about. I saw this on their Facebook page. Crawford's making their entire catalogue of television available for streaming in the next few months, which I thought was incredible. So I went, and they linked to their YouTube channel, right? So I went to the YouTube channel, and so far they've uploaded a whole lot of pilot and episode 1s of various shows like Division 4, and I watched the
Amazing.
first episode of Homicide because Homicide's the one I'm really keen to binge the shit out of. I watched the first episode, which was the pilot. I think that existed maybe 6 months to a year before the rest of the show ended up getting picked up. But
Yeah.
it was everything I had hoped it would be. It's got a very young 18-year-old Ian Turpie in a little role. I found that quite fascinating.
He's in that Olivia Newton-John movie that we released, The Umbrella, and I was surprised at his acne. For a teen heartthrob, the young Terps had a lot of pimples.
It is, and that's a wonderful show. And yeah, so Crawford's is starting to bring all that stuff across into the online world, and hopefully it's not going to cost us an arm and a leg to watch this stuff.
I'm looking forward to it, mainly just so we can, you can tell me about an episode of Homicide, and I'll tell you about an episode of The Bill, and it'll make for great podcasting.
Oh gosh, it's so good. Like, it really was like the blueprint for all the American crime TV procedural shows.
You know what I found out while I was because I'm basically an introvert and don't talk to people, while I'm eating my dinner at the old Weatherspoon. I usually have my phone on, and I have to turn on a VPN to watch those episodes of The Bill because they block it out of it. So it's only available in Australia. They don't. There must be some kind of
all the places in the world you should be able to just watch it easily.
You should be able to watch it, yeah. But no.
Well,
no, I can't watch it in the UK.
For your next holiday, mate, you're not going to be so lonely.
No, that is true.
It'll be a good movie Monday holiday. Can't wait. Anything else you want to add before we push on? Because I've got Jarret coming up for his PE class and the rest of it. No interview on this show, so it's going to be a slightly shorter one. You don't have to hang around to introduce the interview, which is a bonus.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of what else. What else did I do? I know I did things.
I'm looking forward to having you back. I think we're halfway through your travels or thereabouts because it's nowhere near as fun doing this over Zoom, I've got to say.
Yeah,
I miss our Friday. Bringing the curtain down, I miss our Friday nights. I miss cooking for you. It's going to be a pleasure to have you back.
Yeah, I miss not paying for dinner, which is like a constant occurrence, and also not paying double. What it is, you go to Macca's and you're like, oh, it's only $20. No, it's $40.
Yeah,
like even the Weatherspoons is like it's £11, and that's the thing that's so outrageous. The Weatherspoons is cheaper than McDonald's.
Oh gosh,
I had a Five Guys. Wanted to try Five Guys because I love the cock. No,
I was gonna shoot on something in if you didn't.
Yeah, I went to which is like a fancy burger joint. I just thought it was a fast food restaurant, but it cost me nearly $60. Like it was, and that was outrageous. Just for the burger without fries and a drink.
The world is
outrageous.
The world is fucked, my friend. The world is fucked. And if we hadn't already created the banner for this episode, that would have been it right there.
Yeah.
Or that, both of them.
You got to turn it into an animated GIF to get the full. Otherwise, it just looks like Trump dancing.
Yeah, you just got to raise those arms a bit higher.
Oh, my ear. Oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
All right, mate. Awesome to catch up with you again. Where are you over the next week? Scotland.
I'll be in Scotland for the most of it, and then I come back down through the Lake District and into Lancaster. I'm going to check out I think I talked about it on the show 6 months ago, maybe, about Swallows and Amazons, the remake and the original. So I'm going to go check out that lake. It's pretty much just a lake, and that's what I found when you go and do these kind of sightseeing expeditions, and you're like, no, this is the lake where they shot it, and when you get there, it's just a lake. It's lovely, but
oh well. I just like the fact you're going from Five Guys to Swallows. That kind of makes me happy.
You know, like if only there was a city in the UK called Gargle. I think I'm not sure if by the next week I'll be on a ferry. I am catching a ferry from Portsmouth to Cherbourg to check out an umbrella factory of all things. Right. So that'll be interesting to see if I can actually be on the show next week. I can't remember what I put on the list.
Okay, well,
so we'll find that because that's
That's right.
Yeah, you'll find out when you do the banners on Wednesday.
What am I going to do? All right, mate. I'm going to push the show on. Can't wait to chat with you next week. Have a great week and happy travels.
Cheers, man. All the best.
Physical media is very important, kids. One day, maybe the cloud ain't there. How are you going to watch Dogma?
Being able to hold it in your hand and see the artwork and the posters and have the names, it's it's a real thing.
It's such a sadness that you think you've seen a film on your fucking telephone. Get real.
Well, it's been a long time since you and I have just done this by ourselves, so strap in.
Yeah, totally. Well, I feel like this is going to be a very short segment as well.
It may be. It's going to be a very short episode because we
of course.
haven't got an interview this week. It's just one of those things. And Ben's off fucking gallivanting and doing what he does. But
doing a lot of drinking in Europe, I see as well, making up for the lack of drinking he does in Australia, outside of the occasional drink on the podcast. But he's been enjoying many a bevy. In Europe, it's been making me very jealous.
How many times I've heard like, "Oh no, I don't drink," and then like I see him overseas and there's fucking pints.
Yeah, when in Rome or wherever he is this week.
That's right.
He's in a lot of places I haven't even heard of, let alone dreamt of going. But needless to say, he saw like the Murder, She Wrote interactive thing the other week, and that just broke my heart. There's very few things that break my heart, like seeing magnificent monuments, beautiful landscapes, and attending Cannes. No big deal for me, but going to see that Murder, She Wrote thing, I was messaging him straight away. Yeah, and I was like, oh my God. Anyway, God bless him. Shall we move into this month's releases, Glenn?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
The beauty is this is so early in the month, this episode dropping, and this month's, there's so many good releases coming out, and it's actually a mix of new and old. Though that said, I'll keep the new to a minimum and focus on the old, because let's face it, they don't make them like they used to. And the first one I want to talk about, first new release, is actually a double dip. It's a film that came out, I think it was late January. They released it on Blu-ray, 4K, and DVD. Now they've already gone back to the well and done this deluxe edition. Of course, it's P.T. Anderson's One Battle After Another.
Yes.
And this is a JB exclusive, mind you, as well, in Australia. It's a 3-disc set that's got a 4K and 2 Blu-rays and a 20-page booklet. It's got featurettes. It's got like a 60-minute documentary. It's got lots of like screen tests, wardrobe tests. There's another test on there. I'm not sure. There's even a thing on negative cutting. It's pretty fantastic in terms of the release. I can't wait to get this. And the beauty is at least they made people aware that they would be doing this special edition when they did the initial release. So I obviously held off buying it. It's not my favorite P.T. Anderson film, but it's not my least favorite either. I mean, this guy's got an incredible catalogue of films.
I agree.
But I'll be snapping it up.
And that one's very aesthetically pleasing. It's like a really good-looking layout.
Oh, it's great. Yeah. I mean, the thing about the film is it had so much cool marketing about it. They had everything from the illustrated post to the kind of like the still kind of capture frame of Leonardo DiCaprio like running with a gun. And then this, really iconic artwork that's, adorning the front and the back, which is really cool. So, I can't wait to pick it up.
From a media perspective, they certainly didn't provide many assets. Like, if you're going to write an article or something like that, there's not a lot of still shots officially from the film, so it's been a really weird one.
Yeah. You can't help but feel like P.T. Anderson has that control, that control over sort of the marketing assets. Because I remember even seeing that Leonardo DiCaprio poster theatrically, and it is such a non-eventful poster, but it almost harks back to, I don't know, almost like the 70s when it wasn't an illustrated art. There was something so simple but awesome about it that so few directors could get away with, and so few actors. Had it not been Leonardo DiCaprio, I don't think you would be able to do a poster like
Particularly like the Aussie releases when we just put a screenshot on the poster as opposed to any artwork.
Yeah, 100%.
Like there's old roadshow tapes and stuff.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Oh, this was a made-for-TV movie, so technically there's no illustrated art available. So slap a still on it. And worse still, when it was a screen capture still. Yeah. So, you look at it and you're like, something's not right about this image, and then 20, 30 years later, you're like, oh, it's a screen grab. Okay. Right. But pretty cool. I'm really excited about this release. And it is honestly a day one. I bought a few JB Hi-Fi gift cards because they had a recent sale, the buy one, get one free. And the best way to do that is to find the cheapest way to buy a gift card and get like $10 off the gift card or something like that. And I was actually left with,
Work in the system.
You've got to. And I was left with a perfect $45. So if I add $10 to that, this steelbook is mine. And I feel like I've got to pounce on it straight away because it may not be around for long. It might be highly coveted by a lot of collectors. Okay, another release that's coming out. Haven't seen this one. Do want to catch up with it. It's Maggie Gyllenhaal's I guess, modern adaptation of The Bride of Frankenstein.
Yep.
And it's coming out Blu-ray, 4K, DVD. It's got Atmos. But then in terms of special features, given that Maggie had so much to say in, talking about this, how it was like essentially reinventing the wheel, this was not your typical Universal Monsters thing. This was something else. And then obviously the film died a horrible death at the box office. Doesn't worry me because I'm very keen to see it and I think it looks fantastic.
It's my favourite film so far this year.
Oh, man, that's incredible.
I love it.
Well, that's reassuring.
It's Frankenstein meets Bonnie and Clyde. It's got all this weird stuff in between. It's like, I just think people misunderstood it.
Cool. That's a relief to hear you say that because I don't know anyone personally that's seen it. I just saw the online vitriol that was against the picture. Then Maggie maybe saying some of the, not the best way to promote a movie by, I don't know, causing offence.
Yeah, I just want to also say, just because I know I'm going to get comments for this, I don't want to create another Sean Crawford moment, but it's pronounced Gyllenhaal.
Oh, Gyllenhaal, of course. Yes, Gyllenhaal. I said Gyllenhaal.
God, you said Gyllenhaal.
Gyllenhaal. Well, there you go. That's what you get for making a box office disaster. Only thing that's underwhelming about this release, though, in my opinion, is the fact that it's only got, marketing featurettes, like those 6 to 8 minute featurettes that are literally used to promote the film in various places like YouTube or whatnot. Given that the amount of money and scale that this film is, surely it would have been good to have an audio commentary by the director.
I think so,
and it's not the kind of film that we're not going to see another edition in 5 to 6 months' time. This is done and dusted.
But it's the precise kind of movie I would want to become a cult classic. It's not going to be because nothing really becomes cult anymore because there's so much it just disappears into the fold. But it's that kind of movie, and I'm going to buy it because I can't wait to watch it again.
Excellent. No, I'm really looking for it. It is like we wanted to see it theatrically, but we get to see one movie maybe every 3 months. And obviously, I've told you in the past it hasn't worked out so well. When we went to see Michael, sat for 40 minutes, and then we're told that we wouldn't get to see the film, and then our theatrical going experience was over for the month of April, May, and June.
Yep.
Oh, maybe our combined because we'll touch on a film that Glenn and I got to see shortly. But anyway, looking forward to checking that one out. The only other two films I'll mention are both genre titles. The first being Scream 7, which, in my opinion, probably the most underwhelming Scream in the franchise, and that's a lot after Scream 4, which
I still enjoyed it. The fact that we get to a part 7 and it's still got some kind of, grit. I really did enjoy it. I don't think I enjoyed it as much as the last couple, but I mean, you get to a part 7. Imagine back in the day, with movies that got that far,
It's true. Well, we only have to look at what did we have? We would have had. Well, I mean, we did have New Nightmare, which was phenomenal. It just turned the thing on its head. But we also did have Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood, which was Carrie versus Jason, of course. So yes, you're right. When you get to the 7th film in a franchise, it's really, really any good. And I didn't hate it. And of course, I'm going to get it to complete the collection, but it's not a day one buy for me. And I guess the most underwhelming thing about this release, it has actually got a bunch of stuff on it. Apart from the Atmos, it's got a deleted scenes, music videos, and featurettes. Of course, those marketing featurettes. But this film could have benefited, again, from an audio commentary, particularly because it's directed by Kevin Williamson as well, who created the franchise.
He would have a lot to say.
Exactly. So it would have been a really great commentary. But again, maybe there'll be a double dip down because these films aren't slowing down. This made a lot of money. And if, past transgressions are forgiven by the studio with previous actors that were supposed to be appearing. Then...
Wonder if there has been a commentary recorded, but it touched on too much stuff the studio didn't want them to touch on.
True. And by the time they edited it down and went through the legals, they went, okay, this commentary comes to 31 minutes. It's, probably not going to be the greatest commentary. And it's so referential to stuff that came earlier in the commentary. It's just nonsense. Let's get rid of it. Okay, last one I'll mention that's a newie that's coming out this month. Another film. This one actually, well, that's not too bad. I've seen 2 of the 4 newies this month, but this one I have not seen. Looking forward to catching up with it. Cold Storage.
Oh,
coming
my
out on Blu-ray
God.
DVD.
Love this one too.
Oh, awesome! That's reassuring. It looks like kind of like a bit of like an old school kind of
Yeah,
monster zombie.
it is a
mashup.
throwback, dude. It's a throwback to Return of the Living Dead. Like it's that kind of movie.
Excellent.
It's written by David Koepp, who's the guy behind Jurassic Park and a whole
yeah,
bunch
of
of
course. Stir of
Spielberg movies.
Echoes.
Yep, whole bunch of
My
Spielberg
favourite.
movies, including.
Didn't he? Has he written Disclosure
Yeah,
Day as well?
yeah,
yeah. Oh,
and he
shit,
wrote
I had
that.
No idea
he wrote that
this.
Presence, the Soderbergh film with the ghost point of view.
I quite liked that movie,
Yeah.
surprisingly, even though I'm not a massive Soderbergh enthusiast.
So he wrote Cold Stories as a novel, and this is his adaptation of it. So it's a personal film, and dude,
excellent.
It's not so much like gory; it's gloopy. Like there's not blood and guts; it's like just slime and shit.
Yeah, great. Okay, yeah, because it almost it had that aspect of even Night of the Creeps about.
Yeah,
100%. Felt awesome.
There's like keen. there's nods to Tremors in there. You've got Sosie Bacon is in it as a nice little like.
Oh, cool.
And what else? You've got Vanessa Redgrave is in there, who is Liam Neeson's mother-in-law. Like, there's a whole lot of cool little things in there that sort of connect.
Yeah, okay. No, I'm very keen to check this out. I've just got to have a look though, make sure that there's not a 4K that's dropping overseas because it feels like a film that is probably deserving of a 4K. But we won't touch on that particular studio and their decision to only release things on Blu-ray. Now, moving on to the oldies, our favourite oldies. The first one I want to touch on is a film that I'm almost ashamed to say I had not seen. And it's getting a 4K release and pretty much in time with its US release. It's the Wachowskis' Speed Racer, the live-action version. I don't know why I've never seen it. I've never had an affinity for Speed Racer, the animated series. Yep. So I probably didn't feel too compelled to watch this at the time. And given that I've seen every other Wachowski film, maybe except for Jupiter Ascending. Don't
even compare. Like, this is just the perfect cartoon to film adaptation.
Excellent. I'm there because the price point is right. It's around the $25 price point, and it's actually Warner having gone and done a really nice edition of a back catalogue title. They've added Atmos. They've got a new documentary. They've got two sort of new retrospective sort of featurettes and archival content. So
I love John Goodman.
Look, they had me at Atmos, really, didn't they?
That's right. John Goodman is in it too, and he almost looks like Mario. It's hilarious.
I was going to say, and it's John Goodman when he looked like John Goodman.
Yeah, that's right.
The John Goodman we know and love, not the John Goodman from The Gambler.
But I don't think
he started to look a little bit questionable.
But I don't think it was the Wachowskis that looked like the old Wachowski. Anyway.
Oh, no, there's that. True. That's true. This might be the last film of that sort of, because I think by the time we got to Cloud Atlas, things had changed.
Yeah.
Moving on to another oldie that I'm excited about. Though that said, I already own it because I actually bought it twice. I think I bought it from the UK, and then I ended up getting rid of my UK one because then I ended up getting this Paramount Scares box set, and it was already in there. So I was like, I don't need 2 copies of this. Friday the 13th Part 2 coming out locally on 4K and Blu-ray. It's good news.
Yep.
To have it out and about, it's just like, I don't know. I mean, it's great that they're releasing it in June and not waiting to release it in October, but it's been
strange.
Like about 2 years elsewhere.
I know,
so
but it's also strange when
you
go and release just one of them. You'd hope there's a plan to release the success.
Yeah, well, it's the strange thing. We've only got to the first 2, even in the US and the UK. We haven't got any further 4Ks as yet. Paramount, they're super weird about this. I mean, people have problems with the first Friday the 13th release. They thought the color grade was too dark, especially with the HDR. I thought it was fine. Obviously, this looks fantastic. Sure, yes, I'll be first in line to buy 3. I'll probably end up buying it 3 times at some point. I'm just surprised locally. It's a Paramount release handled through AID, but I'm just surprised that actually included a Blu-ray with it, because normally with these kind of titles, when they're cheap and cheery and it's back cat, you just 4K. And I don't even think. I think the Blu-ray the special features are on the 4K as well, so it's not even like we've bundled the Blu-ray so you get the special feature. I'm pretty sure it's on both. So
I'm just amazed that there are not more of these like 4K and Blu-ray combos, like back in the day when they try to convert people to, Blu-ray, they do all these double packs,
That's it. Try and move them over to 4K now. Yeah. It's like rather we kind of started off like that, then we skimmed it, and we just did, oh no, if it's got a bonus Blu-ray, that's just got the special features. Then we're like, no, get a Blu-ray.
But do the 4K with a Blu-ray in it, but don't do a standalone Blu-ray. Like, that is your Blu-ray.
That's what I think they're doing with this one. Yeah. With this Friday the 13th Part 2. Because, I'm trying to think. I can't even remember. I'm guessing Yeah, Friday. Yeah, it did. I don't think it had an individual release, Friday the 13th Part 2 on Blu-ray locally. I think it only ever came in the 8-film
Yeah.
set. So it's the first time maybe it's had a
But you
standalone
know how
release.
like
But yeah.
Viavision have been doing Saw one at a time over the months.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you'd
totally.
think even overseas, not necessarily locally, they would do that with these franchises.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. It makes sort of sense, especially if you want to keep that physical market
Yeah.
alive. Plus, it gives you an opportunity to have a higher price point because the people that are buying the Blu-ray that will complain, I don't want to pay for the 4K, at least they're future-proofing themselves
Yeah,
for the
that's
day
right.
that they eventually go, you know what? I slept on 4K for way too long. It turns out I own so many of them. Moving on, anyway. Two from Imprint Asia, both John Woo films.
Yeah.
In my opinion, John Woo's masterpiece from 1992, Hard Boiled,
Yep.
and then an action classic from 89, The Killer, both coming out on 4K and Blu-ray. They're actually 3-disc sets, so they both have the feature in 4K and Blu-ray as well as an abundance of special features. Those crazy rigid cases with the lenticulars and then the steel books inside and booklets, all the goodness your heart can handle. They're phenomenal releases. Unfortunately, I have already bought the Arrow releases from the UK, so I won't be double dipping this time around.
I love both of these movies. I agree. Hard Boiled is the best. Do you appreciate Hard Boiled a lot more now that you're a dad?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because I anything that's kind of got that I was going to say paternal, paternal sort of aspect to it, 100%. I mean, anything with children in jeopardy really tears me apart as well. So yeah, I definitely don't want to watch those movies like the Sally Field one, Eye for an Eye, or anything like that, because I think those films will completely and honestly break me. I'll be forming like a neighborhood watch.
Yeah, that's right. You've got to really you got to get through the formative years before you can go back to those.
Oh yeah, 100%. So if you can ever go back, I don't know. But great releases coming out from Imprint Asia, so it's really exciting. I think that means there's only one more really to drop, Bullet in the Head, which is coming out like next month. I still want to get the Ringo Lamb City on Fire. I mean, there's so many releases. I mean, one of the ones I really wanted to get during that JB Buy One Go on free sale, but I couldn't find a companion one to make purchase viable, was the City on Fire trilogy. Better Day Tomorrow. Better Tomorrow. Yes, trilogy, not City on Fire. I do actually have City on Fire. I have the Arrow release for that. But yes, I wanted that Viavision one, but I just couldn't find anything. And I'd already bought their Keep. I'd already bought their Silent Night, Deadly Night. So it was like, there's nothing at that price point. And if you can't get close to, then it's just a no-do from me. Oh, on that note, though, I did pick up their Spellbinder release. I haven't had a chance to look at it, but I did read the hardback book, and it is a phenomenal release. Cool. Can't wait to revisit the film. Very excited. And the companion one I got with it was actually Imprint Asia's Chinese Ghost Story trilogy. Just Blu-ray, but
Spellbinder is one I'd never would have anticipated to get such a release.
I know, and for it to be a locally done as well. Like I could see a boutique doing it overseas and doing it on a smaller scale, but they really went all out. And I mean, the essay in the book on Janet Greek is just fantastic. And yeah, so I've managed to read the booklet essay, but I can't wait to watch the film. Awesome. Lining it up for another night. So excellent, but completely off topic. And okay, so some more oldies. Like I said, this month is full of classic oldies. Yep. Hal Needham's 1986 BMX classic Rad from Umbrella. And at the moment, this is the definitive release of Rad. This is better than the Vinegar Syndrome release that released a number of years ago. It's got all the archival special features, but it's got new special features. It's even got a commentary, which I'm really excited about, this new commentary. And it's with the Lonely Island comedian, Yorma, what's his name?
Chacon or whatever?
Tacoma or something like that. Yeah, and Jared Hess.
Yeah.
The fantastic director who did Gentleman Broncos, Napoleon Dynamite, Nacho Libre. And they're doing like a super fan kind of commentary.
Well, I mean,
and I'm like,
the Lonely Island connection is because Rad is where they found John Farnham and then put him into Hot Rod. Of course, and then they
use it in Hot Rod, yes. Yeah. So good.
Yeah.
So good. Yeah. So I'm really excited about this release. And it's going to be the first audio commentary I've listened to for a while as well. And one that's not like a filmmaker kind of commentary either.
Going back to John Farnham, if I'm not mistaken, it's the only soundtrack he's ever written exclusively for.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Savage Streets, were they just tracks off one of his albums, or did he do... Because there's... Savage Streets, I think there's like 3 or 4 Farnham songs. And I think it was 86 as well. Linda Blair really, I guess it's kind of like a rape revenge movie.
Well,
cool film.
If I'm not mistaken,
it's really odd hearing John Farnham on the soundtrack for that.
In the John Farnham documentary, if I'm not mistaken, anyone is welcome to correct me. I think this though is the one where he was commissioned to write songs for it, as opposed to them picking up tracks. So.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And plus, they don't want to touch on savage streets in that documentary.
They were hoping this would break him into America, but like, hedge your bets on Rad. Like, seriously, that's.
It's such a, and like, what, we're going to get the guy that did the Smokey and the Bandit films to direct a BMX movie with Laurie Loughlin, and it's going to have John Farnham on the set. You just couldn't conjure that at all, but it just works. It's fantastic.
However, Hal Needham was top of his game and Hollywood royalty at that time.
Oh yeah, true. He'd come off a number of big movies too. Yeah, and he wasn't returning to the Smokey and the Bandit. He was like, no, upward and forward. I'm focusing on BMX
Popping monos and...
yeah, totally. No, so I'm really excited about the release. I'm looking forward to picking that one up. Only a handful more. Leaving Las Vegas, coming out from Studio now. They're doing it on 4K, and it's a beautiful new edition. It's got a new filmmaker commentary, a bunch of archival special features, including like a 60-minute documentary. So it's pretty much a definitive release. It is 4K only, but thankfully all the special features are on the 4K anyway.
Yep.
And it can be had for next to nothing. It's like a cheap and cheery $35 to $40 kind of release, rather than spending the $80 on the overseas one, which might come with a couple of trinkets, like a booklet, but really should be like a flask or something like that.
You do say cheap and cheery. Cheery, the movie is anything but.
100%. Steady as a fucking rock. I love that movie. It's such a great Nicolas Cage performance. I did actually read something recently, kind of off topic, but on topic, about how he was asked to be in a P.T. Anderson film, but he either wasn't available or he didn't like the role, and he said, then after I refused that, he never called back.
Yep.
Yeah. And there seems to be a number of filmmakers, Christopher Nolan as well, if Nick Cage says no, that's fine. But go back. It's Nick Cage.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing. He's just recently done a podcast is what it is, and they just picked his brain on all the things he's rejected or been rejected for, blah, blah, blah.
Right, yeah.
And so when he's just had one conversation where his name dropped like 4 people, suddenly that becomes all the headlines,
That's totally it. That's exactly that. That's it. It's like anytime you'd listen to a Mark Maron podcast and you'd listen to it one week and the next week they would like tear bits apart and it would be in everything. You're like, hang on, is this literally from that one
it's all from the one grab
line in a podcast?
That's right.
Now, the last 3 titles I want to mention, I won't go into great detail, all making 4K debuts locally, 2 of which are pretty much in line with the international releases. Parenthood with Steve Martin, absolute classic. Of course, I'm going to buy it. I mean, I've upgraded DVD to Blu-ray, VHS to DVD, DVD to Blu-ray. Of course, I'm going to be getting the 4K Ultra HD of this movie. I love this movie.
That movie's only going to hit harder now that you've got a kid going through those stages,
100%,
man.
Yes. Yeah. And every time I drop my daughter's electric toothbrush, I always pick it up and I go, it's an electric ear cleaner. It also reminds me of that line from Death to Smoochie where it's like, it's a rocket ship.
No, it's a cock. It's a cock.
Yes. I can't say that one just yet because I can imagine they would be the words that she would repeat before mummy, daddy, anything. It'd be right. Like, it's a cock.
It's a rocket cock.
It's a rocket cock. Oh my God. Eraser's coming out, probably one of the, lesser Schwarzenegger films of the 90s, but I still have a soft spot for it, especially for the CGI alligator. It's going to look stunning in 4K. I can't wait to see that fucking thing.
I was looking the other day.
Buy that.
I was looking at its listing on like the JB website, and they are also still selling Part 2 as a Blu-ray, so you can double dip there.
Holy shit!
Is it,
that's insane.
Eraser Reloaded or something like that.
And I love that Roadshows like picking some of the old Warner catalog stuff to kind of like at the moment, like I picked up Jeremiah Johnson recently. I picked up Mighty Show, Best in Show, not Mighty Show, Best in Show. I combined 2 films, Mighty Wind and Best in Show.
You did.
I picked up both of those. They're like $15.98 titles, and they're like Warner Archives in the US. So thank you very much. Of course, I'll upgrade those to Blu-ray for next to nothing.
Great stuff.
So yes, I love Roadshow doing those old Warner titles. Hopefully, they continue to do such because Warner's in great hands. And then the last release I want to mention is from Viavision. It's another one of these ridiculous kind of hard case box set extravaganzas. And, shut up and take my money. It's Roman Polanski's The Ninth Gate, which I just, despite the ending, not ever really kind of hitting 100% for me, I still love most of this movie.
The journey's
I think
great.
It's just,
yeah.
it's fantastic.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I would definitely upgrade it. And I actually edited one of the video essays on it, Sally Christie's essay, but that was for the Roman Polanski
The box set, yeah.
a couple of years ago. So anyway, maybe I'll give Ivan a call. I spent a lot of money on you guys recently. Maybe you could just shoot one.
I wonder if they'll end up doing a standalone Death and the Maiden, because that's my favourite.
Oh, I love that movie. It's so dark.
It is,
help
but
me.
it's so good.
Incredible.
Yeah,
it's great. It's a really good film to pair with House of Sand and Fog. You know, both of those, and the Dark Kingsley movies, where it's just like really unsettling.
And you know how I feel about like soundstage movies. I just love them when they're especially when they're supposed to be outdoors. Like you know, it's like Dolores Claiborne has that element as well. It's like you got the moors and the ocean, but you know it's a set, and it's
totally
so good.
Yeah, and the backlot streets when you do get a city little street, and you're like, oh, that's a backlot. I love it. Look at the texture of that brick, styrofoam, styrofoam. I love it. No, I do too.
That headstone wobbles in the wind.
And that's the best part, because so much now is, you know, using those true screen technologies, not just even green screen, but where they just buzz in a background, and the artistry is lost.
The dreamscape stuff.
Yeah, the dreamscape stuff. So, yeah, it's a shame. But before I go, because that's literally the end of this month's releases. There is way more, but that's the best of the bunch, in my opinion. Obviously, there's quite a lot of those Asylum mockbusters coming out, like a ridiculous amount of them. But I am actually excited about one of the Asylum ones. It's not dropping this month. It might be next month.
Yep.
God knows when. They've got one called, I think, Master of the Universe, which I'm looking forward to seeing. But on that note, Masters of the Universe, Glenn.
Oh my goodness, we both saw the advanced screening for this one. Glorious. You know, I spoke about Speed Racer being like the ultimate sort of cartoon adaptation into live action. This also honors the cartoon so well. To the point, I don't know if you felt it, there's some like dodgy effects when he's riding Battle Cat, right?
Oh, yes,
but you're like, but that's intentionally dodgy.
100%.
The way he sort of wobbles and stuff on
yeah, any of the stuff, like, you know, even when they have like the, you know, like the, whatever they call them, like a speed sort of scooter through the forest, and, you know, it just looks cartoony, you know, not bad CGI, just cartoony.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic. And I'm here for...
Yeah, go on.
Oh, I was going to say, it was almost, and in many ways, obviously, this is kind of like, I guess, the boys' equivalent to the Barbie movie, and I think it's gone for the similar sort of, you know, delivering that sort of, you know, humor as well as fan service. But the thing I liked about the Barbie movie too is when you're in the Barbie universe, everything is like a dollhouse. Everything is sort of like, you know, cardboard cut sort of backdrops and things. And this is very much like this as well. It's very cartoony. And
both have a real world element to it, like an earthbound element, you know, where they then cross back over into the cartoon world, you know.
I loved both. I was in awe as soon as the film started. And when we jumped 15 years, you know, down the track to Adam being in the real world, I was like, I am loving this. I don't want him to leave the real world. I would rather, which is the opposite of the 87 one, where I was like, get out of the real world, and get to Eternia, or get the hell out of here. This time around, I was like, I'm really worried it's not going to be as good. But no, it was fantastic from start to finish. I can't. This is my favorite film of the year, which is ridiculous, because I joked about this potentially being my favorite film of the year, because prior to this, The Drama was my favorite film with Robert Pattinson and
big difference.
Zendaya. Yeah, huge difference. I mean, and I didn't expect that film was going to be my favorite film of the year, but this, I just was like, I not only think that it was terrific in terms of, you know, that nostalgia blast, I think everything about it was, the writing was very clever. They had the right people writing it, because they knew what to do in terms of fan service, what characters to bring in, how to sort of contemporize the humor in naming like these characters that we grew up with when we were like 4 or 5 that had ridiculous names, but in 84 a character's name like, you know, Fisto, you know, those things, you know. Well, they didn't make a lot of sense, but it didn't matter because they were toys. But
also in this universe, like it exists in the same world as Earth, right? Because they're parallel. But it's the humans on Earth that have created innuendo. So on Eternia, they don't know about innuendos.
No,
and so they're talking in innuendo all the time, but don't understand what the fuck they're talking about.
No, that's it. Yeah, the euphemisms and the innuendo in this film.
You think you're so
second to
good
none.
with that big sword hanging between your legs.
You fist men. I don't fist men. You do. I fisted that guy.
But
That
you know
stuff, it's just like, it's second to none. It's almost like a throwback to mid 1970s British kind of comedy, like an episode of Are You Being Served or a Carry On movie. It's just like, I never expected to see that in a modern movie. And of course, it does tackle those sort of real world contemporary sort of conversation points, like, how to, talk
modern
about
social norms.
things with people. Yeah,
modern
100%.
social norms,
and just, from start to finish, I had a flurry of emotions. Like, I was laughing, I was in awe, and by the very end of it, I was actually moved quite emotionally. And then when it got to the final moment where you have this, this hero shot as they're walking, sort of into frame, I was almost moved to tears because I was just so happy. I was just like, this is just everything I need in my life right now. Like, this is a celebration of me as a child grown into a man and come full circle from being disappointed as a 7-year-old with the Dolph Lundgren and Frank Langella one to this.
I mean, as if we haven't sold it enough, but just to reassure people who, like myself, were disappointed in the trailer that Skeletor has a different voice, which he does, and that annoyed me a bit, but his character is so well developed and so roundly written. The humour in his character is phenomenal, and if you hate Jared Leto, you don't even know it's Jared Leto. So
I turned to my friend during this and nudged him and I go, that's Jared Leto, and he said he laughed, and I meant to ask him afterward. I wasn't joking. That's Jared Leto. I assumed that he just thought I was joking. I don't know why, but you would not know. And the other thing I really like too is it almost embraced the internet, like the post-era of Master of the Universe internet era, where people go, "Oh, he's a bit of a fag," like he's got that really sort of, and they really played into that, leaned into it hard, and it just was so good.
And it even acknowledges lovingly the 1987 Dolph Lundgren film. Let's just say that.
100%. Yeah. We won't say any more. I could say nothing bad about this film. I came home and I felt guilty because I had to tell Danny. She goes, "How was it?" And I said, "I almost don't want to tell you." And she goes, "Was it that bad?" And I'm like, "No, baby, we're going to go and have to see this in the cinema before it finishes because it was too good. It's like the greatest thing I've seen in so long." And I don't know. I just could not stop smiling throughout the movie. I was laughing, teary. I just had this is the kind of cinema experience I used to have going to the movies. Like, I mean, the only other film that's come close to this in terms of a popcorn blockbuster is like Maverick. Top Gun Maverick. I just had not had I thought we weren't capable of making this, or maybe I just had gotten too old. Well, but watching this made me go, imagine if they made Star Wars movies like this. So how much better would it be?
This is going to be interesting. You may potentially be experiencing what I always experience, and that is we're recording this conversation the day after we watched it, right? But the conversation's not going to drop online until next week, so here's the thing. I quite often rave about movies like this, and then the critical response is like savage and people hate on it. And it's like, hang on, did we even watch the same movie? So we may be here talking this movie up, and then everyone fucking hates it.
And then it gets torn to shreds. I know, I was trying to think on the way home. It was funny. On the way home, and I'm catching the bus home, and the bus pulls up, and on the side of the bus is a Master of the Universe, in theaters June 4th. And I was just like, and I thought to myself, how is not only the critics, but the general public and the world going to, embrace this film? Are they going to love it? Are they going to tear it to shreds? I was like, I don't know what negative could be said about
it's
this
because
thing. It is
people are preset to hate. Like, they are just ready to come out scathing and shitting on something. Yeah, and so I just think it is sort of it's a commentary on the way the world is. People are just like they have a preset negative mode. And you've really got to wow them to get them across the line, which hopefully this one does.
Oh, 100%. But I'm glad that we got to see it. And it's the first time we've actually probably watched a movie simultaneous in I don't know, years.
And Ben is absolutely jealous as all fuck that we got to see this. It's the one movie he wanted to watch the most.
He can see it in a fancy cinema in Europe, probably with one of those fancy tall pints of beer.
I told him to.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the guy needs a rest. He's been doing too much adventuring, so it's time to like get some escapism inside the cinema ASAP.
Yes.
But Glenn, that's it for me for this month. So
Awesome.
until next time, I have the power.
Stay physical. Well, it's that time of the show where we give away some free tickets to the movies. Eclipse Cinema in Collingwood, Melbourne is a boutique cinema that supports Good Movie Monday, and they've got free passes to give away to any session on their calendar whatsoever that takes your fancy. All you got to do is email us. Go to the goodmoviemonday.com, go to the Contact Us tab, and then send an email that way. And just let us know you want tickets. If you're the first person to do so, we will hook you up with Eclipse. They're a fantastic cinema. Like I said, you got to live in Melbourne or be visiting Melbourne, obviously, if you want to go. But you can take your pick of the movies on their calendar. They do private hire for the cinema. They've got VIP memberships. They've got an awesome little candy bar. It's a very, very cool place. We really appreciate their support. Eclipse-cinema.com.au. I'm crazy.
That's right, Glennis. The theme of this week's show is madness. My favourite of the themes so far.
Just realised anybody can freeze frame that.
Yeah. And they will.
Madness. Okay, well, where did your brain go for this one?
Well, look, sometimes with these things, I actually will go to the effort of watching a movie.
Cool.
Based on the theme. It's just a good excuse.
Yeah.
And considering it has become one of the dominant terms of the last 5 years or so, but I'd never seen the movie from which it came.
Okay.
I watched Gaslight.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The George Cukor film, which I always thought was a Hitchcock film, but it's George Cukor, starring Charles Boyer, Ingrid Bergman, Joseph Cotton, and a very young and saucy Angela Lansbury. It's a fantastic film, all about this guy this young girl who's living with her aunt, who's a famous opera singer, and she is murdered.
Yep.
And the girl's in the house at the time, and she lives in London. She leaves, grows up, and becomes an opera singer in her own right.
Yep.
And she marries her accompanist, Charles Boyer, and he kind of talks her into moving back to London.
Uh-huh.
And from the moment they get there, he starts, so, oh, where's this? He goes, what are you talking? And she's like, what are you talking about? Oh, I just told you about that.
Yeah.
I don't remember. And he keeps planting the seeds that she's starting to go insane. Oh, you're getting very forgetful. Am I? Oh, you don't even remember that you're getting forgetful? Strange noises.
Hence the Gaslight.
The Gaslight, the term. And it is a fascinating film. Great.
Sounds good.
It's from 1944.
Never seen it.
If you've never seen it, it's definitely worth checking out.
Wow. See, my brain instantly went to Apocalypse Now.
Yeah.
All about Colonel Kurtz and going crazy. And mad.
Talking to flies.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the whole isolation kind of thing, drives you mad.
And power.
And power, yeah. A few weeks ago.
The mad, yeah. He's gone power mad.
Yep. The Shining.
The Shining, definitely.
Descent into Madness. Color Out of Space.
Here. Yeah.
Color Out of Space recently is an absolutely, exemplary example. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yep. It's on my list.
Yeah, and Event Horizon.
Yeah.
Like Sam Neill going mental in that. Same with, what's the other one? In the Mouth of Madness.
Yeah.
Do
you read Sutter Kane?
Like, Sam Neill does that stuff really well.
Yeah.
And I've not really seen him do anything like it since. Like, as far as that descent into full-blown, psychotic madness.
Nuttiness.
The Fly. Because then you get into the whole mad scientist type of movies, which, is a good way to cover madness. And that's pretty much it. That's where my brain went for this. Because you got the madness of King George and things like that. But
yeah. I had similar ones, but I also had Climax, which is the kind of hysteria brought on by their drug use in the kind of dance party. Impulse, which we've talked about on the show, where the whole town drinks the water that makes them act on their impulses, shall we say. But my kind of one that I immediately thought of was My Bloody Valentine.
Yeah.
Both versions, because you think through the whole film that it's this guy come back, but it's not. It's someone who was, spoiler alert, I apologize. It's just someone who was deeply affected by those events.
Yeah.
But I really I love My Bloody Valentine, and I love My Bloody Valentine 3D.
Yeah.
I like them both.
In many regards, Valentine too is similar.
Yeah.
What about we think outside the box with madness? This just came to my mind now. Is like actual like filmmakers and actors that have gone mad. You had Margot Kidder turned mad that time and was found nude running around the streets on
someone else, a next door neighbor's roof
in a Los Angeles suburb.
Yeah.
Shia LaBeouf has gone a bit mad in recent times. Richard Stanley went mad making The Island of Dr. Moreau.
Yeah.
Disappeared into the jungle. What are some other examples of filmmakers and actors that are mad? I don't know. There's been a few. Lee Tamahori went very mad at one point in time. Got busted half naked, cross dressing down a street, yelling at people.
Yeah,
that's madness.
He had the fun kind of madness. Who else is mad?
Yes, not a particular tangent of the subject I really thought about until we were just talking.
Yeah, who else has gone?
Well, you had like Lee Marvin was a bit mad with the alcoholism and
alcoholism is definitely a form of madness. You're just wandering around the street throwing bottles at passing cars and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a few of those.
Do you have any honourable mentions there? Well, not this is a top 5 list or anything like that.
No, those ones that we talked about were pretty much my honourable mentions.
Yeah, well, madness, short and sweet.
Yeah.
Welcome to Bonehead Weekly Fun Size. Last week was, I don't remember, I think grief. But this week, James, what is it?
Madness. Also, we're talking about madness.
And the best movie about madness, James?
Are you wanting me to go? Or
was Wrath of Khan? No, I just wanted you to say
Wrath of Khan. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see what Chad has from his Charlie Sheen collection.
I actually just watched a movie where the character could or could not be mad, and I literally snuck out and watched it the other day. I went and saw Hokum and enjoyed it thoroughly. So it's a little bit too much of an upbeat ending, but Hokum I thought was a lot of fun. Is he or is he? I actually think it's pretty clear that the answer at the end of it, but I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Am I the only one who has a problem with Adam Scott?
He's perfectly cast in this.
Okay.
For the reason that you don't like him, I'm assuming.
Joe, the last time you told me to watch a movie called Hokum, it was Hokum Pokum, and it was the adult answer to Hocus Pocus, and I've asked you never to refer me to
and
that.
I stand by that decision to this day. The only thing I feel sad about was the timing of your daughter's birthday party. James, your pick.
The answer, gentlemen, is obviously Session 9.
It's a good one. I've seen
Session 9 is all about what's actually going on. What is the overall idea? What is actually madness? What is true horror? And I think the losing of one's mind is what true horror is. It's why I have made a deal with a vampire to never get Alzheimer's. Chad?
And with that, Chad.
I'm going to go with a movie that's underappreciated from this very famous actor, and also is directed by somebody who doesn't get enough credit for being a really good director. I'm going with Robert Downey Jr., The Singing Detective, directed by Keith Gordon.
It's an interesting movie. It is.
It really is an interesting movie.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, because it's one of those lesser known movies, Robert Downey Jr. Is in a hospital with a very rare skin condition, and it's like basically like eating up his whole body, and he's going mad while he's in this and developing hallucinating musical numbers and paranoid plots because he's supposed to be like a detective in his fantasies. Also, a very weird performance by Mel Gibson in this movie. So I highly recommend, if you haven't seen it, check out The Singing Detective.
And it's a remake of a British film too.
Yeah.
All right. This has been Bonehead Weekly Fun Size.
right, Glenn. Top 5 time.
Yes.
This time we're talking about Spielberg
I've
movies.
been waiting for this one because I don't really know where you stand on Spielberg. I have a funny feeling you don't hold him in as high as reverence as I do.
No, look, it's funny. Like, there's a bunch of ones that I haven't seen.
Okay.
I like Empire of the Sun, and
Okay.
Sugarland Express, and, that kind of stuff.
May I say, Sugarland Express, if ever there was a Ben movie,
Is that
that's
one?
the one, far out.
Yeah,
Like it's
just
a total
Colour Purple I've
exploitation
never
movie.
seen. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them I haven't seen. So yeah, look, it's
Okay, well that's fine.
But let's.
I'm still going to guess that like our top 5 are probably going to be very similar because when it comes to Spielberg, like those top tier ones are like pretty irrefutable.
And I will have to say, preferencing it, when it comes to Indiana Jones, I've just put them all
Okay.
as one.
Well, then let's just do that. I
Yeah.
guess. Well, unless I put them down twice, I can't remember. No, This is interesting. I've left Indiana Jones out, so I'm by accident. So I'm going to replace, I think, number 5 with Indiana Jones.
Right.
Let's just say all of them.
Yep.
I do have a favorite, but they all hold up.
Yep.
Except for number 5. All right. He didn't direct that, so it doesn't matter.
Kingdom of Heaven. Yeah.
Crystal Skull.
Crystal Skull. Is that your favorite?
All of them, Ben.
All of
Except
them.
number 5. But he didn't direct that, so that's okay. So, look, I was going to go with E.T. as number 5, but I'll put Indiana Jones in there.
Yeah.
What's your number 5?
E.T.
Okay, interesting. Which, in many regards, I think Spielberg considers his best.
His best. Look, the funny thing, the reason E.T. sits at number 5 for me, really, is that it's the one that I remember loving, but I feel absolutely zero need to rewatch it.
Yeah, you've got no emotional connection with it.
Not anymore. Like, I feel like inside, I'd rather watch Mac and Me.
Do you reckon watching E.T. now, after so many years, you'd probably have a different, deep appreciation for like the government stuff? And
I probably wouldn't know. Like, I wouldn't remember half of it.
Yeah.
Like
the Peter Coyote stuff. Like, it's really dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I mean, very similar to the movie we had the filmmaker on as a guest not too long ago, Zeno.
Oh, yeah.
Very similar to Zeno.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Xeno's very similar to it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Number 4 for me is Jurassic Park.
Fantastic. My number 4, that is also on my list, but it's just higher.
Higher up, yep.
My number 4 is Saving Private Ryan.
Okay, cool. That didn't make my list, but that definitely has an honourable mention.
Just for that, really, almost just for the opening.
Yep.
And the cameos.
It's an incredible film. It's interesting though. Like you could almost break this into top 5 Spielberg dramas, top 5 Spielberg fantasies.
Yeah,
because he always pinballed. He ricocheted between a fantasy, a drama, a fantasy, a drama. That's always been the trajectory of his career.
Yeah,
which I found fascinating because like the same year he did Jurassic Park, he did Schindler's List, which is my number 3.
Yeah,
and I think Schindler's List is almost perfection. It's just such a great film, and it's funny like. It's hard to say that you find a movie like that entertaining, but in many regards I do. Like I'm so captivated by that film whenever I watch it that 3 and a bit hours just goes like that.
I have to say, because I studied it for year 11 or year 12.
Yeah, jaded,
GCE,
like it really.
Now it's kind of, it's just like I can acknowledge that it's a great film. It's just in my honourable mentions. It didn't make my list.
You won't be going back in a hurry. It's the same with me with Cry Freedom. That's what I studied, and it's
right.
like know that film back to front, and
just don't need to.
Yeah.
My number 3 is. Have you done? Yeah, that's my turn.
Oh, because I just said Schindler's List.
My number 3 is Jaws.
Okay, interesting.
Jaws.
Okay.
I mean, I was never like the biggest. Like it's
Yep.
It's my number 3, but I like Jaws. But I was never like when people like like when you say shark movies, it's what I think of. When you say Spielberg movies, it's not
the
kind of thing that I think of.
So fascinating.
Which is weird.
Given that you've put that at number 3, I'm really fascinated to know what your number 1 is. Jaws is the one movie that back when I owned the video store, if I was hiring a new staff member, I'd quiz them on movies, and it was always who directed Jaws. And if you couldn't answer that, you did not get the job. Yeah, and you're amazed how many people didn't get the job because they didn't know who directed Jaws.
Yeah.
Look,
I find Jaws for me is a really funny one because when I'm watching it, I love it.
Yep.
When I'm not watching it, it's almost like an afterthought.
Yeah.
When I think of Spielberg.
Sure.
For some reason.
Well, because he's never really made a movie like it since.
He's not really a horror guy.
It stands out as a unique film in his catalogue. So number 2 for me is Close Encounters of the Third Kind. That's perfection for me. And like there are multiple cuts. I don't care which one I really watch. I don't know which one I prefer. It doesn't matter. They're all good.
I've tried a couple of times. I've never been able to get into it.
And that could go into our previous conversation about madness, because Richard Dreyfuss really goes mad in that his obsession as well. We did a few weeks ago.
Madness and Obsession were very like a lot of similar crossover kind of films.
Yeah, because Obsession could drive you mad. And his performance in that is probably the best of his career. For me, it just falls down into because he's so obsessed. He basically abandons his wife and his children completely.
And I find it so hard to move past my dislike for the character and see the film as a whole
and that's
as a great film.
Spielberg's trope is always the missing father, the absent father.
The absent father.
Which
his father, I suppose his father kind of, they got divorced, didn't they? And he disappeared?
In real life?
In real life.
Oh, yeah, his mother had an affair with the best friend. Look, Close Encounters to me is it's almost perfect, and you've got Truffaut in there. That's a really interesting addition, and he's great in it. I love the cinematography of it. It's scary at times.
I was going to say, isn't it the cinematographer? Didn't he get into a big fight with Spielberg on the set? And he's like, "Why don't you let that guy direct it?" Pointing to Truffaut. At least he knows how to make a movie. You're like, Jesus. Yeah, who's more successful, Truffaut or Spielberg?
Spielberg was huge at that time. Yeah. All right. Number 2 for you?
Number 2 is Jurassic Park.
Okay, cool. That's a given. Number 1's Jaws. Jaws, I think it's in the top 10 greatest films of all time for me. It's Spielberg's masterpiece as far as I'm concerned. I don't think he's made a better film since, just in terms of, like, he made that on a fairly modest budget, against all odds, shooting in the water with a shark that didn't work, which was to their advantage. It was better in the end.
They went in and broke it.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's that new documentary, The Shark Is Broken.
Yeah.
But the fact that it turned out to be a better film because of it, because that way they just kept the shark off screen. It was all implied. And that fleeting moment when you see it is all the more powerful.
Yeah, and it's genuinely terrifying when it does turn up.
Yeah.
It's not seeing it makes it even scarier.
I saw John C. Reilly talking about how he was inspired by Roy Scheider from Jaws, and he was talking about that scene, how he acts the expressions in his face.
Yeah.
And he wanted to know, he wanted to replicate that moment when, you get the pulled lens when he sees the shark and like the expression, blah, blah, blah. And he thought it was this really deep acting method, and he asked Roy, like, how do I do this? And Roy just goes, well, you start with your cheeks up and you just drop them. That's all you do. It's not even acting. It's just an expression on your face. He goes, you start up here and you end down here, and then that's how you do it. But it's a masterpiece. It's a masterclass in cinema. And if you've never seen Jaws, then what are you doing with your life?
With your life.
Yep.
So my number 1 are the Indiana Jones films. I would have to say I've watched. I can say I would have watched each of the first. It's 3. 3.
Yep.
Each of the 3.
Yep.
I have watched more times combined than all the other films in the list, including Jurassic Park and Jaws.
Okay.
Like
awesome.
I would have seen, like to the point now where I've seen them too much, and I don't.
Yeah.
Kind of watch them, although probably Temple of Doom, like definitely Raiders of the Lost Ark was the one I saw. Last Crusade was the first one I saw theatrically. Yep. Temple of Doom is the one I've watched the least.
Yep.
But still, like
Many times.
It was, when kids go to the video store, they always want to borrow the same thing.
Yeah.
For me, it was always Star Wars and Indiana Jones. Star Wars, Indiana Jones. Star Wars, Indiana Jones. It drove my parents insane.
They're connected, like George Lucas.
George Lucas is a connection, yeah.
Yeah. Great stuff.
Yeah, I think this would be a lot harder of a list to put together if it was top 5 George Lucas related films.
Yeah. Look, I there's no facetiousness in this whatsoever. I would be really keen for you to reevaluate Crystal Skull. Like, I want to get people.
I've seen Crystal Skull. Actually, I've probably seen Crystal Skull as well more times than the other ones, except for maybe Jurassic Park.
Because it's become a bit of a running joke that I like this movie so much. But I do think over the years, like, it's a much better film than anyone gave it credit for, with the exception of Roger Ebert, who knew right out the gates that it was a pretty good film.
Yeah, look, the funny thing is, what I like about Crystal Skull is the character interactions.
Yeah.
What I don't like about Crystal Skull is the action sequences.
Yes, so that's what I think. What lets it down is maybe one particular scene, I think, ruins it. And I could say 2, but I think the monkey jungle swinging scene, right, lets the film down, because I know that's a dumb scene. It doesn't belong in that movie. Spielberg has since said that that's where he went wrong.
Yeah.
Right? everything else is very much in line with what Indiana Jones has done previously. And I'll go so far as to say the other thing that ruins it for a lot of people is the finale, like with the extraterrestrial, the interdimensional beings, right? But if you actually go back and watch Indiana Jones, they all have that mystical thing that's jumping the shark.
Yeah.
The Ark of the Covenant with the magic and shit.
For me, what I think put me off the first time I watched it was, one, the matte backgrounds. Kind of, I just don't think it works as well
Digital.
in a digital world.
Yep.
But also, like Shia LaBeouf.
Yep.
Like, he's, funnily enough, now, he's one of the things I like about the movie, but he's also one of the things I don't like about the movie.
I agree.
But it's just that he's playing like a Wild One type kind of biker.
A Brando type,
which is just weird.
Yeah.
It's just weird. Like that look has now become so associated with the gay leather scene.
Yes.
That it just looks. Not that I have any issue with that,
campy.
but it just looks weird.
Yeah.
In the movie, like it just,
Well, I do think I like that they brought his son into the story, but I think they did it the wrong way. I completely agree.
Like I think Crystal Skull would have been a completely different film had it been made, 10 years earlier, and it was Leonardo DiCaprio as the
maybe
kind of the because that's basically who they kind of built Shia LaBeouf up as. He was going to be
pass the baton.
He was going to be the new young guy that had the acting chops to support a film.
Well, he was gonna take over the franchise. Yeah. But I mean, if you isolate some things like the graveyard sequence on the soundstage, that's absolutely amazing,
and it has that line. When he does that, I thought you were a teacher. Part-time is one of the best lines in Indiana Jones history.
The motorcycle chase through the library, incredible. The Mayan pyramids with all the characters coming out of
the ant scene. Is fucking great.
And she squashed it with her knees. It's so good. Yeah. So I think that's why I love it so much, is because it's still got all the good ingredients in there that make a good Indiana Jones movie. And I just think the people that really hate heavily on it, they really should focus on that.
Yeah. But it's like, in 5.
Yeah.
Like, and I kind of do think that is a bit of it's a thing across all the films. The stuff that's really strong is the Harrison Ford stuff.
Yep.
The stuff where it's not just him being kind of figuring stuff out, that's where it always kind of drops off.
Yeah.
The action stuff where it's action and no brains is where it kind of...
I think what bothered me, I mean, it took me a long time to come around to this one. Like, I finally enjoy it enough, but I don't love it. But I loved him. Immediately, it recaptured the look and the feel of Indiana Jones. Like, it went away from digital. It felt more authentic. But I didn't like the de-aging stuff at the start. That took me out of the film from the get-go. And then I think everything else from that was almost like a greatest hits of Indiana Jones. It felt like all the other movies just rolled into one. Let's repeat,
let's
recycle.
Just put the good stuff in. Yeah. Look, to be honest with you, I saw it theatrically. I remember enjoying it.
Yeah.
I haven't gone back to watch it.
Yeah.
I know you've said 5 times.
Yeah. It took me five times before I could finish it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't. I don't own it. It's the one Indiana Jones film I don't own in any format.
Yeah.
I need to give it.
I went to IMAX to the premiere and I got a coughing fit in it. And I had to leave before it started because it was a cough that wouldn't go away, and I didn't want to be that guy. Yeah. So the very next night, we went to opening night and watched it on VMAX, whatever, and I was just so bitterly disappointed. Like, man, I paid for this one. Like the premiere was a free screening, and
I was so upset that I didn't get to see it in Cannes. Like when I was at Cannes that year, and the for people who don't know how that works at the Cannes Film Festival. The Palais de Film, where all of the premieres and the red carpet is one end of the Croisette, which is basically this boulevard by a river, by the sea, by the Mediterranean Ocean, and all of the hotels on the other side are basically full of. That's where all the movie stars are staying. For the most part. Or that's where they pretend to be staying. They're actually probably staying in Antibes, the next town over, and stuff like that. But their limos all come out of those. That's where they're kind of smuggled in, and they just drive the small part of the Croisette down to the red carpet where they get out and do all the photos and stuff. But it's all full of sales agents and producers and studios are all basically take over all of those hotels, and it's the Carlton and it's the Grand and it's the all of this sort of stuff. But there's also the big. Hollywood really rolls into town, and they've got their huge billboards and stuff everywhere. And there was this massive one of Indiana Jones, and it was the big thing. It's not in competition, nothing. It was just playing there.
Yep.
Like I think Top Gun did the same thing
Yep.
when Maverick came
They're
out.
just maximising the audience and
Yeah,
the
like it's
prestige
just-
of it.
Yeah, and it's like that. There's photo calls in front of it, and the photographers
Yep.
are going crazy and stuff. But it's next to impossible to actually get even tickets.
Yeah.
To the just the regular kind of screenings that aren't the
Yep.
red carpet ones.
Yep.
Like Umbrella, who the guys at Umbrella I know quite well. They actually employed a person who is intimately familiar with the system to get the tickets for them for stuff. Like, and that person had, it's like one of those. You wake up at 5 a.m. and you just refresh your screen trying to get. That's how it kind of works. It used to be this really weird. They had these terminals that were like. Green and black, like the Alien computers from Alien in the spaceship.
Yeah.
And it was like you kind of entered your pass number on these, giant chunky keyboards. Yeah. And then it was like you put in your selection of your preferences, and then it would spit out and go, well, you want to see Indiana Jones. Here is a ticket for, the water diviner.
You're like Tim Brooke Taylor from Willy Wonka with his I'll now tell the machine.
No, that would be cheating.
Ah, shit. Well, that was fun. You wanna bring it to a close?
Yeah, sure. That's it.
See ya.
See ya.